We fade in on a pair of dirty tennis shoes walking down the sidewalk. They stop in front of a 2-story home. The camera pans back to show the back of a man with slick back hair and a denim jacket. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pair of latex gloves and stretches them over his hands. He approaches the front door and kneels down to tie his shoes. There is a newspaper on the porch. The date, July 1st, 2013. He stands back up, reaches behind his back, and puts his hand on what looks to be a large knife. He knocks on the door. A few moments pass and the door opens. A familiar voice says, "Teddy? When did you get out?" The intruder lunges at the homeowner, tackling him. He pulls the knife out from behind his back and stabs the man in the throat, multiple times, until the man goes limp. The intruder stands up and wipes the blood from his knife. The camera pans down to reveal Dr. Santorini lying dead on the floor. The man grabs his legs and drags him to the basement stairs. With a hefty push, Santorini's body falls to the concrete floor of the basement. The man shuts the door and moves up to the second floor of the home. He enters the bedroom, sits down, and pulls a joint out of his pocket that he lights up and takes a long, hard pull. He exhales in relief. The camera then follows him into the bathroom where he turns on the sink and begins to wash the blood off his hands and face. The camera moves to the side, revealing the mirror hung above the sink. The man is drying his face with a towel. When he's finished, the reflection of the mirror reveals Dr. Santorini. He stares into the mirror, smiling with multiple smiles and repeating, "Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Santorini." "Hi, I'm Dr. Santorini, Suffolk County Medical Examiner." He laughs and moves back to the bedroom where he opens a closet full of grotesque Hawaiian shirts coordinated by color scheme. "You've always had an odd fashion sense, brother." He grabs one of the shirts and throws it on when the cell phone rings from behind him. Teddy walks over to the nightstand and looks at the phone. The screen reads, "Walker, Cordell." Teddy answers.
"Howdy, I'm trying to reach Dr. Stephen Santorini."
There's a slight pause. This is him."
Oh, howdy. I'm working with the team that was recently on the Glenridge chiropractor case you were involved in. I know you have questions, and I'm willing to give you some answers if you could help me out with something. Can we meet?
Teddy smiles and thinks, "This is interesting. What the hell? Time to play the part, I guess." Sure thing."
All right. I'll book you a flight up to Traverse City, Michigan for the morning. There's a breakfast place called the Omelet Shop. Let's meet there around 11 a.m.
"All right. See you then." Teddy hangs up and says to himself, "What the hell has my brother been up to?" He starts packing a suitcase. I'm talking to these backpackers who are just smoking up a storm. I told them that's not a good idea because they're going to start some sort of forest fire out here.
You know Agent Baker over there? He's kind of a dolt. He's actually an idiot.
But they didn't want to listen to me. That must be what you're smelling. But yeah, so...
And Baker's just standing there for like 10 seconds in the silent, and the fog comes back in and says, "This is so fucking cool."
What's up? Welcome to Law and Disorders, Season 2, Episode 9. How's that for a cold open?
Yeah, are we just gonna casually walk past this?
Yeah, that's like you dropped a bombshell there, bro.
So,
Your old twin brother.
Yeah, it looks like the Santorini you guys met in Glenridge is not the Santorini that you've been working with the past couple days. I guess we'll just leave it at that and see what happens. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
How are you guys?
Good.
I had an interesting day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did get to meet actually Nolan and Bob in real life last week, which was cool, where I did share with them that I accepted a new job offer. Very exciting, right? So I'm taking a new position, moving to a new state. So I wanted to tell, obviously, my team, I'm in a management role, so I've got like team reporting into me. And I was like, hey, boss, I'm going to plan to talk to them on Monday. And he's like, well, let's get a comms plan together. So drafted this whole comms plan, who I'm going to tell, when I'm going to tell them. Because obviously I want the message to be like, look, I took this by choice. I'm not getting forced out. Like, I still love the company. I want everyone to work here. So had the plan in place. Recruiting got really, really excited. So they went on LinkedIn and post my replacement position before telling anybody. So on LinkedIn, it says, oh yeah, we're hiring for this position as a, general manager here. And some people saw that and texted people that report right into me and were like, yeah, is Paul leaving? What's going on? And so they came and talked to me and I was like, yeah, here's the situation. So I was like, all right, we got to move up the comms plan. So I was going to tell them today. So I set the time in the meeting. My boss was going to join. Then HR sends an email to all of the people in our division that says, here's the open job positions. And my position was on that email. So all of my team finds out before I have the chance to tell them. And everyone's like, they're shutting down the business. They're getting rid of his position and they're shutting it down. They're like, everyone was freaking out. So I had to do damage control and be like, no. Like, I was just planning to tell you. So it just put me in a really weird spot where I'm like trying to be like, here's the actual thing that's happening. But then it's also like, come on, company, like you're not doing me any favors here. So it was
so
a mess.
Wait a minute. If they were going to downsize and get rid of the division, why would they repost the job?
That's what I tried to explain too.
Guys, think about this for a minute logically.
I know that you know how people get like the rumors get out of control and it's just like, or it's like, well, they're forcing Paul out so they could bring someone else in that's going to cut heads and all this kind of stuff. And it was just like, oh man. So it was very stressful.
They did that. Well, not that. A teacher at my stepdaughter's, the last school she was in, they planned on getting rid of him and posted the job on like a LinkedIn before they got rid of him, and he caught wind of it and all hell broke loose apparently. Shitty thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
It's just frustrating because it was like I had a whole plan I wanted to do and it was like, no, let's hold off. And it's like, come on. So if anyone from my company is listening, I still love the company I worked for. It's nothing personal. It's just miscommunication can get out of control.
He's just leaving to explore his podcast entertainer career.
Yes, that's right. This is our notice to all of our employers that we are quitting to do this full time. That is a joke. That is a joke.
Don't post my position on LinkedIn.
Gwen,
don't do
listen
it.
to this. That's a joke.
There was a moment though I did think like, wait, do you think there is an alternate reality where Smiley's just trying to pull a fast one on me? Like giving misinformation out to my company? But yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's very funny.
All right. Well, if Bob wants to give his little recap, we can get right into it.
Yeah. As far as last session goes, we got out of the park with the kids, with Agent Smiley staying behind to do a little bit of additional digging and cover-up work with, within the park. We had a car chase and a dinner at Denny's, and now we have Dr. Santorini and Baker continuing to make their way to the safe house. And Agent Smiley is still at Yosemite waiting to have a meeting with Ranger Chandler in the morning. I guess we can start it off with Baker and Santorini. We're going to backtrack it a little bit. You guys are still driving. You see the misery lights from the cruiser behind you turn around and go blazing the other way. and you're kind of back on the road, headed back to the field house.
Cool.
All right. So as the police lights are turning around and he starts heading the other direction, I kind of look behind and I say, "Wow, looks like we lucked out. I wonder what made him pull off our tail so quick." Not telling Baker that I just had a telepathic conversation with Agent Smiley.
Okay.
Did that take any sanity, by the way? The telepathy thing?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll it. Both of you.
Baker would just be like white knuckling and
you're
going
doing
on
your
off
thing.
road to get back. He would be kind of tunnel vision in the zone, ignoring Santorini and the kids, and just being like, because the last thing he had heard is that Smiley had let us know that they put out a bulletin for us.
Yep.
I think
The bolo.
so.
Yep.
He's like, that was too close, and he's suspicious, but he's also gotten lucky before in his line of work. So he's just focusing on getting back to the place. In trying to think about the area where they went to the office. He doesn't want to park right at the office, but like maybe on a side street or in an alley behind it kind of thing, because the vehicle's in bad repair.
You have the expertise in casing stuff and, knowing your exits, kind of all of that spatial planning. So as you're thinking about it, you know exactly where you guys are going to park. Smiley and Santorini are both going to take 1.
I will choose not to project that.
Oh, that's a breaking point. So I need to know, what would that sanity loss be from unnatural?
Yeah.
Okay. So should I tell you what disorder I'm going to have right now, or is that something that we'll do in the home scene? Is that like a automatic, like right now?
It does say in the home scene per the book whenever I reread after the fact.
So for right now, hitting your breaking point, you are gonna fight, flight, or fugue.
With a breaking point? I thought that was just with a temporary insanity.
I think that is
Checking.
right. I think the breaking point is you get
A disorder.
A disorder, and exactly, and it happens during the home scene, kind of as like the gravity of everything like really starts to bake in,
sink in. Okay, that's fine then. So you hit a breaking point, and we will discuss that portion of it in the home scene when those occur.
Is the kid still sleeping in the back?
Yeah, all 3 of them are out pretty hard now.
All right, so as we're drawing nearer to the meet point, how long do we have till we get there, do you think?
Call it 25 minutes now at this point. You guys have been on the road for a while. 25 minutes, a half hour. Baker's paying like super close attention to speed and not drawing any undue attention to the vehicle as you guys are traveling now.
All right, so Santorini kind of just laying back in the car seat, and he kind of looks over at Baker and he's like, "So this whole situation's been kind of fucked up, huh?"
Aren't they all? Baker says, kind of gritting his teeth.
So what's your story? I feel like we've been through all this shit the past 2 days. And I know nothing about you. What's your story?
Oh, just a lucky FBI agent. Got called on this bizarre case. Yet again.
So where are you from?
Kansas. What about
Kansas.
you? Is that Jersey accent?
No. I've lived in Long Island all my life. So your girlfriend, kids?
Oh, no. I can't keep anything like that together with this job.
Yeah. I hear you. So I got a question for you. This isn't going the way I thought it would go, so I don't know if I'm gonna do what I was gonna do. He looks Baker right in the eye as he's driving, so I'm sure Baker's not really looking him in the eye, but trying to look him in the eye.
That would be intense.
Yeah. I got a question for you. Have you ever stolen an ancient Peruvian amulet from a dead kid to summon a beast?
And Baker would just keep driving for a second and then be like, that sounds like an accusation, Doc.
And then this would be where the flashback comes in. And I'll put this up right now. You hear the jingle of a hanging bell as Terry Santorini enters a small restaurant. He scans the room and notices in the back corner a man in a cowboy hat and a bolo tie making eye contact and waving Terry over. There's no one else in the diner, which is odd. He approaches the table and the man introduces himself. Howdy. Take a seat. Order whatever you'd like. The name's Cordell Walker, and you're probably asking yourself why I flew you out here. Well, I know you got yourself into some trouble with my agents for sharing some sensitive information with those Phenomen X clones. Terry, not knowing what he is talking about, nods. Well, my agents, they aren't FBI agents, which I feel you already kind of figured out. We work for the greater good of the public, shielding them from things that might cause panic or make them question the very morals and beliefs that this country and the world needs to move on, day to day, without any hiccups. Let me ask you something. What do you know about ancient Incan artifacts and mythology? Not much. What are you getting at? Those murders in Glen Ridge, they weren't committed by Mark Dangler. Terry thinks to himself, who the fuck is Mark Dangler? Walker then continues to quietly explain what really happened in Glen Ridge. Thomas Dangler, his grandfather the archaeologist, the amulet, and the IAPA. Terry is stunned. It's like all the tabloids he's read about, all the podcasts he's listened to, they all could be true. But this guy Walker, he doesn't know him. He could be a whack job. But then Walker hands Terry his cell phone. I need you to watch this, but please keep your cool. Sure. No problem. Terry hits play. This is drone footage I've acquired from a friendly in the Michigan DNR. It happened a few miles from here about a year ago. The footage shows 3 men and a dead body on the ground. One man is standing on top of the septic tank. The other 2 look like hunters, both carrying shotguns. The dead man has a massive gunshot wound to the head. In the upper left corner of the screen, the trees begin to move, and a giant creature with 3 wings, many eyes, and many, many sharp teeth flies directly toward one of the hunters as it opens its mouth and devours him. It immediately flies back where it came from. Walker grabs the phone from Terry. That is what killed those people in Glen Ridge, the IAPA. That is what the boy was summoning with the amulet. But, how is that possible? That agent said he destroyed the stone. Exactly. I believe the only way that this is possible is that Baker did not in fact destroy the amulet and is using the IAPA as a weapon. Delta Green does not approve of this. Delta Green? That's what we call our little outfit. We protect the world from things like the IAPA. And I have a mission for you, if you're interested. Terry smirks. Go on. There's been an incident at Yosemite National Park. A colleague of mine will be assigning the mission to these agents tomorrow. I'd like you to join them as a newly recruited DG agent, which you will be. Help them with their mission, but also find out if Agent Baker still has the amulet. Retrieve it and destroy it. I'll need proof this time.
Well, what's in it for me?
15 grand and a permanent place in Delta Green, if you want it. Terry thinks to himself,
I can't believe this is actually happening.
Terry thinks for a moment and nods his head. Good. If you do find out Baker is in possession of the amulet, let Dammers know.
Dammers?
The case officer for their next mission.
Oh, got it.
Now listen. Baker's a good agent. He's got some quirks, yes, but he's a good agent. Dammers will put the fear of God into him, and I'm sure he won't let anything like this happen again.
Noted.
Here's your plane ticket to San Francisco. You need to be at this accountant's office at 1300 on July 3rd. That's tomorrow. Walker throws down some cash on the table, tips his hat, and walks out. Now officially Dr. Santorini finishes his coffee and does the same.
All right, allow me to break the immersion. First of all, those came out awesome. They really did. But your Cordell Walker, you slipped into Ice Cube at least twice. What? Yeah, you were channeling Ice Cube. I swear to God. Like, you go back and listen to it again. It is Ice Cube. And then you slipped into Butthead of Beavis and Butthead fame, at least with that. Yeah, that was absolutely Butthead. And like when I was like, I'm not hearing that right. Like, am I hearing? And that isn't a criticism of the performance because it sounded great, but legitimately that was Ice Cube.
I was trying to do two different ones to differentiate between the two, and it's like Santorini doesn't sound like this.
Bravo. All right. Sorry.
So,
I'm surprised Terry didn't counter and say, make it 20, $15K after taxes. No, I'm just kidding.
Taxes. All right.
I'm surprised they haven't had us killed, too, for leaving the program. Know what I mean?
He's an outlaw, so
yeah,
that's like not even part of the deal. You guys were probably never really official to begin with. Like, the original cell was probably 95% off the books because at the point that we got the initial mission, Walker was already on his way out.
Yeah. So Baker not knowing any of that, and then Santorini asks him about if he's ever stolen an amulet to summon monsters. What does Baker do?
He's making a stealth check to ready his pistol.
Can I do an opposed alertness roll? So I'm rolling an alertness, I'm guessing, to his stealth?
Yeah.
Okay. And I have a 43 in alertness.
Okay. You start trying to be as stealthy as humanly possible to manipulate it under your jacket, but you are amped up. You are running on, fumes. It's been a long 24 hours, and Santorini, he sees you're screwing with something. He doesn't know what it is, but he is at the very least marginally aware that you're trying to manipulate something.
And Santorini goes for a knife in his pocket. What do you want me to roll, Bob? Or do you just want me to do?
Are you making this an attack right now?
No.
So okay.
I'm going to hold the knife to his throat as he's driving.
I am going to say that, yes, that would be an attack. If you make a move like that, let me see here.
Maybe is it closer to like ready in action, where he's like prepping?
Because I'm not intending to do anything to him.
Well, you're making... your intent is to make a very threatening move. So it depends on who's faster, right? If you're gonna make a melee weapons roll, if that's what you're gonna try and do.
Okay.
And you're gonna take it at a -10. Baker will get an opposed,
Even though he's driving?
an opposed unarmed. I'll give him opposed unarmed. He's a pipe hitter, man. You're,
Right.
you know.
Well, he was going for his gun. Can he literally just shoot through the seat? If he's getting like basically just start, you know, like at like a minus or like turn to try to shoot. He was going for his gun, but I'm good with whatever your decision is.
Do what you guys are gonna do, and then we'll roll it off.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Santorini notices that he's going for something, grabs a knife out of his jacket, puts it up to him, and says, "Don't even think about it. I'm not here to fight with you. I just want to know if you have that amulet."
And see what that roll was. Hold on. Oh. You gotta make that unarmed check.
Unarmed check.
Or no, Nolan, you gotta make that melee weapons check.
Okay.
Like as he's lunging in with the knife, after that comment, that accusational comment, he would have just shot. He would be like, if somebody was coming at his throat after saying something like that, especially after being amped up from the cop car, he would just shoot.
Okay. Roll damage.
How do I do
He
that?
shot me?
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
took one. How does this... Oh, where was the pistol on your body? Like, were you carrying weak side, strong side? Like,
It'd be appendix carry.
okay. Okay. So you see him go for the knife, and you're able to maneuver it out of the appendix holster and fire off a quick snapshot. It's not aimed. It's not lethal. You catch a piece of him because you were so low. It takes a chunk out of his forearm. It like grazes him, but it's a pretty gnarly like flesh wound, right? So you're bleeding like a son of a bitch, and you do drop the knife.
Okay.
You only took 2. The kids are now wigging out.
Okay. Has the car crashed yet?
No, it's still on the road, but you now find yourself like staring down the barrel of I'm guessing it's a 9mm, right?
Yeah. If I need to make a drive check or anything, since this is all going on at once or whatever, since he was coming out with a knife kind of thing.
Yep, at a -20. We'll give it a -20.
The suspense is killing me.
So yeah, you in the commotion, you go off the side. You don't hit the median, but you're in a ditch now, and you don't know if it's going to be drivable after that. It was kind of a hard hit. Again, kids are freaking out. Santorini's bleeding like a stuck pig, and you've got the drop on him. You only got one shot off, but your trigger finger is tensed. Like, if he makes a move, it's not gonna go well.
Santorini yells to the backseat. He's like, "Kids, stay in the car. Shut up. Baker, step outside with me."
All right, and Baker's, this is good call, Grandpa. We got a lot to talk about. He says it's still holding him at gunpoint.
Okay, so I looking Baker in the eye, I grab the door handle and I open the door and I start to get out.
Okay. Brandon, looks at Baker and says, "Don't worry, I'll protect you."
Baker says, "Thanks, kid." And means it.
All right, you guys are outside. You're still at gunpoint. The kids
Anytime Baker says "I mean it," you know it. That this is the first time he said
the
a
kids
truthful
are
thing in
wigging out.
forever.
Was the kid creepy when he said that, or was he just trying to like be supportive because he could feel like the intensity? Like it seems pretty on point for a 6-year-old.
He had that sang-froid. He wasn't being creepy, but he's like, "Don't worry, I got you, Holmes."
Okay.
So,
At this point, I'm walking around the front of the car, waiting for Baker to get out.
okay. I mean, that happens, and, he keeps the 9 trained on you, like, as you're coming around.
Can that count as an aiming as well?
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Here's
All right.
your chance. He says,
Yeah.
"What's going on with the scenery around us? Are there like I've got this guy at gunpoint? Are there other cop cars, or are there vehicles, or traffic, or are we in the middle of nowhere?"
No traffic. It's about, we'll call it 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning yet. So there's nobody on the road. You weren't quite into town, but you can imagine that rush hour will be forthcoming relatively soon. So whatever is going to happen, you guys are going to have to hash it out pretty quick.
So did you get out of the car yet? Or are you in the car still?
Yeah, Baker's out of the car with the gun pointed at Santorini and said, basically, here's your chance to like talk yourself out of getting shot or killed on the side of the road. And he's assessing to look for vehicles, I guess, during that period of time.
You're in the clear.
Santorini looks at Baker and he's like, "Let me tie this up." He starts unbuttoning his Hawaiian shirt, starts wrapping it around his arm, and he's like, he pretty much just lays it out for him. "Walker thinks that you never that amulet. He sent me on this mission to help you guys out, but also find out if you had the amulet. And if you did, try to get it from you and destroy it." I just fucking blanked out, and I knew exactly what I was going to say. This totally threw me off for a loop. Now I'm fucking...
I was going to say, you don't smell burnt toast, do you? Because that's...
Do we need to cut over to Smiley or something? Give you a minute to think, or...
I was actually going to say, like, if you want to do that, we can do that.
There'd be a good dramatic pause, too. It's like, now's your chance.
Yeah, I'll edit it so it sounds better. Why don't you flip it to Smiley for a second?
Okay. So we will pick up the next morning, back at Yosemite.
1 second. Oh, I just want to make sure to make one thing clear. After Smiley phoned the 911 call, using his personal phone, because he couldn't swipe one because he was too clumsy, he does make sure that he powers it off and takes the SIM card out, snaps it in half, and then he swallows it.
Nice.
I was not going to get that. I was not going to get that granular with it, but bravo, brother. Bravo.
Committed to the job.
Yeah, man. See, that's OPSEC. That's what Walker needs to learn. If he's just inviting random dudes out and telling them that, hey, there's secretly mind-bending cosmic horror, and we think this dude has it. Do you mind, like, going to, like, maybe ask him nicely?
Well, the thing of it is, you guys already talked to Walker about bringing Santorini in.
Oh, no,
That's true.
Yeah,
I'm busting balls at this point.
Oh.
That's it. All right, we'll go to Smiley, his little vignette of just absolutely annihilating that SIM card. I hope you had a lot of fiber, because that's going to hurt coming out.
It will. But with that, he can now rest easy. So I think he is going to decide to hit the hay.
Okay, perfect. So You wake up the next morning and realize that it's bright, it's sunny. There's still a lot of commotion going on from, the previous night's events. FBI is still kind of all over the place. Cops, kind of the whole nine. And you're looking around, after you get yourself primped and ready for the day, and as much as you're able to, not having really much in the way of supplies, you find Ranger Chandler.
Wonderful. Just out of curiosity, while I was looking around for Chandler, did I kind of overhear any of the conversations FBI were having with citizens on what maybe the story was being told, or anything like that?
No,
okay.
They're basically at this point just kind of the witness interviews are done as far as that goes. They talked to basically everybody that they thought was pertinent. Now they're just trying to get anything they can left over evidence-wise to try and figure out who and what.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, I'll show up and approach Chandler then and say, good morning, Chandler, how are you?
Hey, good morning, how are you?
Whew, I had some tough times falling asleep. The adrenaline from last night just kept me up longer than I expected.
Yeah, I can imagine. It was a pretty wild night.
Yeah, before we go out, I definitely want to show you what, we're going to go to the chair, but just out of curiosity, and maybe you can't tell me because I know it's an ongoing case, like FBI, they find anything out? I mean, this thing just been crazy.
I haven't heard anything, but I'm not law enforcement. I'm just here to, teach people about the local history and culture, so I haven't heard anything, but I can imagine that they're doing everything that they can to find the kid and the two guys he left with.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to keep our eyes on the news and see what they end up reporting. So anyway, want to head over to the chair? I'll show you the drawings that we saw, or the markings.
Sure, that would be great.
All right, so they kind of start strolling over, and then Smiley kind of requests that he kind of point out some of the things on the way of, like, what's some of the interesting history about this, or tell me a story about that, and just kind of taking it in from Chandler, but simultaneously is going to be kind of looking to make sure there isn't anything kind of left as evidence or anything that they might have overlooked as they were walking that way.
Yeah, it was so dark when you guys were out there. Anything that you physically dropped, not so much. It's like a stone gravel path back there, so there's footprints, but it's so heavily traveled that, who the hell knows. You don't see, as he's kind of giving you the spiel, you're taking it all in, and you don't see anything reminiscent of the last night's activities. And when you guys make it up to the Devil's Armchair, it just looks like a storm went through, which it did. Nothing that would be immediately off-putting or make you think that, oh man, I really got to cover that up.
Okay, wonderful. Well, as we're getting really close, Smiley just kind of says, well, actually, I'm interested, Chandler. How did you get into this? It's kind of a niche thing to know about the history of these different areas. Like, tell me about yourself. What's your story?
I'm local, and growing up out this way, you hear a lot of the local legends, and it was always a very fond part of my childhood, hearing the stories. So I went to school for it, and applied, and eventually I wound up here. I've been here for the last year and a half, and showing people the sights and helping people learn about the local culture, and it's been great. I couldn't ask for anything better. That's really about it.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. I mean, I know of some other people that, they have something traumatic in their life, and that's why they end up going into the profession they do. I mean, sucks to be in that situation, but yeah, good to hear that yours was from a positive spot.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty boring.
Well, my line of profession is not so boring, but yeah. Oh, anyway, so here we are. So I'm assuming we arrive.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys make it back there. You take him to the spot. I want you to roll me a luck first.
Luck. In typical fashion, it is a failure.
All right, fair enough. Okay, then roll me a search at -20.
Oh, good. My search is 24, so this will be fantastic.
All right, just
Hey,
a
good luck.
regular search then is fine.
Okay. He's just not, Smiley's not very good at the searching. That is a critical failure. 100.
Oh, no. So,
Let's just redo this episode next week.
Next time.
this is all fucked up. So you're out
That's how
there
it goes.
and you're trying to find the spot and you can't find the exact spot that you were at. You're even pulling up you destroyed the SIM card. You can't even look at the photos for a reference.
That's right.
Well, you can decide to stay out here. I mean, you think you remember whereabouts it's at, but you're looking for, really small kind of light markings in the rock. It could take hours, it could take days before you find that exact spot again. So I leave it up to you. Chandler is interested enough to where you can spin him along for at least a while before he's like, I gotta actually do some shit, man. He had nothing pressing this morning. So you can string him along for a bit, but it's gonna take time in order to really, really search for it and get down for it.
Yeah. So I have a backup option if he gets to the point that he really is saying that he wants to leave, if you'll let me do it. But I would like to try as hard as possible if there's anything else you need me to do to find it until his patience runs out. With the critical failure, I'm assuming his patience is going to run out.
Well, the critical failure was for trying to find it, not his patience running out. That's a completely
good point.
different deal.
That's a good point.
Let's see. You know what? Try a history.
21. Success.
You get at it after it for about an hour and a half, and you're getting a little flustered, but you're maintaining your normal chipperness, and as you're just kind of ready to give up the ghost, you're like, and you catch it out of the corner of your eye and you find it.
Perfect. Smiley says, "Oh, sorry, Chandler. It took so long. Here it is. Take a look." And I bring him over.
Okay. So he takes a look and he looks really puzzled. He's like, I've never seen that. And he takes a couple of photos with his camera and you can see him start to kind of sound it out. Like he's kind of like, is that in his head? And he's like, I think it says Asawadaga?
Asawadaga. There's that word again. I keep hearing it. I don't have any clue what it means.
Yeah, this is a new one on me. All right, I'm going to head back and start looking around and seeing if there's anything I can find on this. There's got to be something, because that carving's been there for a while. This isn't like somebody just did this right off the bat. So, do you have a contact number or some way I can get a hold of you? I'd like to keep in touch and let you know of my findings.
Yeah, sure. Here is my, can you give me your number? That might be the easiest way. My phone ran out of batteries. I can just
Sure. And he hands over his card for what it's worth.
Perfect. Yeah, and honestly, I'll ask around too. Again, I'm kind of came out of here out of interest of some of the legends and stuff. So let's stay in touch. This could be interesting.
All right. Excellent. Well, you take care. It was nice meeting you, and we'll talk to you when I have some more information.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm actually just going to stick around real quick just for a little bit and take in a little bit more of the sights. With the rain coming up, I didn't get to stick around as much as I wanted.
Okay. Sounds good. Take care. And
you too.
He leaves.
Perfect. Once I'm pretty comfortable he's out of the distance, I'm going to try one more thing, unless you think it's not worth trying.
Go for it, man.
I am going to spend a little bit of sanity, I'm assuming it will take, or I'll roll for it. But I am going to try to think in my mind's eye and say Aswaga, is it Aswaga?
Aswaldaga.
Aswaldaga, illuminate text. And I'm going to try to see if there's any other markings or any carvings that are in the area that I could engage with and have it kind of light up. And if you say it's not even worth doing it because there isn't, I'm fine with that too.
Roll me you can do an unnatural roll, right?
The two
I have a
Bigfoot
0
homies see
in
you.
unnatural.
What the hell's that guy doing?
He's like,
Roll me a pow.
Pow pow. That would be in statistics, yes. 47 under 65.
You try to give yourself an aneurysm. You're just so hard, just concentrating. And beyond all reason, sure enough, a couple more glyphs illuminate.
Ooh.
Now you're going to roll a sanity, though.
Yeah. Success.
Nice.
6. Woohoo!
Wow.
That's a good success. I like that.
So, yeah. You don't know how it worked, but it seems to have worked.
It's funny. I just quickly scrolled up. I see failure. So finally some successes. I like that. I'm going to go over to the other ones that quickly like illuminated, and I do want to see, do they look different or are they the kind of same marking?
I mean, they're all in the same sort of script, but they're all different. You know, they all say different things.
Okay. I don't have a phone. I don't have my drone. Can I do maybe a luck roll and see if I have like a pencil in my pocket or something?
Yeah. You're gonna try and make another rubbing?
Yes, that is my hope. And it's not gonna happen. Okay.
No, unfortunately you don't have anything that would be suitable for that.
All right, I'm going to find something that is clearly a delineated marker, like maybe a big stick or some rocks that I could put on top of each other, and I'm going to put them over it because my goal is I'm eventually going to get Chandler to go back out and take a look at some point.
Okay. Yeah,
so I'm going to put like a marker right on top of where I can indicating where it is.
You are able to you're able to sufficiently mark 2 of them before it kind of fades out of your, I guess, mind's eye. You know that they weren't like actually illuminated. The rock itself wasn't lit up, but it was almost like an overlay of your vision. But you're able to mark 2 of them sufficiently permanently and sturdy enough to where you can point them out to Chandler to go check out.
Okay, perfect. With that, kind of Smiley wipes a little bit of sweat off his brow and, satisfied with the work, heads back towards the ranger station.
Okay, we will bump back to our other 2 agents who are currently in a Canadian standoff?
What?
That's a great
Actually,
phrase.
a Canadian standoff is when you
Please
don't
don't
know
shoot me,
whether
eh?
or not to. No, a Canadian standoff is when you don't know whether or not to hold open the door for the next guy behind you.
That's right. And you keep saying, oh.
Bob, you're an idiot.
That's great.
Okay.
I love that.
So did I tell Baker that Walker sent me to see if he had the amulet? I said that, right?
Yes, you sure did.
Okay. So as Baker's got the gun pointed at me, I've wrapped my Hawaiian shirt over the gunshot wound. And he's like, he puts his hand out to Baker and he goes, I'm not the doctor you met in Glen Ridge. I'm his brother. You mind if I smoke?
How visible are we on the side of the road? Are we like barely just off the road kind of thing? And
Yeah, you're in the ditch on the right side. If somebody comes by, they're either going to ask questions or stop to try and make sure that you guys are okay, assuming nobody's being held at gun or knife point.
okay, that's what Baker's thinking as he's saying this. And Baker says, might as well. And I guess lets him light his joint.
All right.
So he goes into his pocket, grabs it out, lights it up, and he's like, the Santorini, you knew, he's gone. This whole thing just kind of fell into my lap. I don't want to hurt you. I saw you grabbing for something, and I reacted. And he takes a hit, and then he offers it.
Baker says, I'm good, thanks.
I don't plan on turning you in. I just needed to know.
And then Baker, without saying anything else, thinks, I have another present for you. And summons the IAPA.
Oh no!
Oh shit! Do you have a ritual roll for that?
I think
It should
Nolan
be in
hooked
his
me up with one. I
character
don't know where.
It should
to
be in
find
his
it, though.
character sheet.
Yep, here we go. Do I just click it? I'm not sure. It's not doing it on mine. Can you see mine, Bob, or Nolan even?
No. Hold on. I'll give it a shot.
Oh, hold
here.
on. Rituals roll. Let's see.
There you go. Now it did something.
Yeah, but I didn't specify summon the IAPA. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, either way, you succeeded.
Okay. And I'm... Okay.
So that is, I think you have a sanity and a willpower cost for both of those, right?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I'm looking
so-
right now.
Under rituals, where it says summon the IAPA,
Uh-huh.
if you click the edit button,
Okay. There we go.
it costs.
Yep, gotcha.
You have to roll under a 69,
Okay.
and you take 1d4 sand, 1 hit point.
Okay, so roll sanity.
Oh, and your call lead, but if you click public roll again, it'll switch back to public instead of private. But
Okay.
it's good either way.
Yep. Yeah, I meant to do that earlier. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, so sanity. Oh, it still went to private. Oh no, there we go.
Oh, that
it came
was
good
through.
Success. So 1 sanity.
Okay.
1 HP,
Yep, I took that. And then,
and then 1d4 willpower.
1d4. Okay. And I just click the dice for that, right?
Yeah, just roll.
2. So,
So
he's-
did he make the ritual? He actually failed the ritual. I know it says success, but it's under a 69.
Gotcha.
Okay, but he did roll a 69.
That was the
I'm looking
hidden
at
one, I
target
think.
71. Why does it say target 71? Oh yeah, you passed.
Yeah, he passed.
You passed.
You hear this unfathomable shriek as this thing comes swooping out of the sky.
I want
Roll
to
me a
interject
dodge.
at some point before you kill me.
I'm not going to necessarily kill you, but you hear this thing come shrieking out of the sky, and you know whatever it is coming right for you, so you better dodge.
Critical success.
Okay. You
Lunge at
fucking
Baker.
You're gonna go for it. You're gonna lunge at him.
Yeah.
Okay, can I shoot?
Critical
or no?
success.
Santorini channels the power of marijuana.
I'm just trying. I'm not trying to kill him still, but I am trying to get the gun from him.
So if you're gonna do that, that is a separate roll. That is an unarmed attack roll, and because he's got the drop on you, right? So just be aware that is a thing, because he will have a chance to shoot.
Well, I don't want that.
He's for sure gonna have a chance to shoot, because any movement you make toward him is he's gonna see as a threat.
So
just as Santorini dodges, he says, "Now you know," because he said, "I just needed to know," was the last thing Santorini had said before Baker summoned the Alpha.
That's sick.
And in response,
that is really sick.
In response, I think to Baker, I'm on your side. Like I'm trying to get into his brain like I did Smiley's.
Okay, you have a shrieking, otherworldly demon that just, it's not gone.
I know, but this is like as I'm like moving. Like, I'm just thinking it to him.
Okay, roll me a willpower.
A POW roll? Or do you want me to roll like a D4?
No, POW.
Oof. Failure.
Okay, so you're trying, it doesn't seem to be working. You're not sure if either it's not getting through or he's rejecting the message.
I don't know what to do, because I don't want to run, because I don't want this thing to chase me. I want to get through to Baker.
It's chasing you.
Okay, I guess I just yell to Baker. I'm like, call that thing off me, man.
Roll a persuade.
Failure.
He does not give a single solitary shit.
Baker thinks again, get him far away from here. I'll have more work for you soon. He's yours to eat. And he puts his gun back in and gets back in the car.
All right.
And tries to get it moving. I know you said it was disabled, but he's going to make an attempt at least to get it operational.
Yeah, it's moving, but it ain't moving fast. Is the IAPA stat block in here?
I thought I put it in here.
All right. It is, again, chasing after you. You are legging it. You hear the car start up and start moving. It's shrieking at you, and whatever's in that weed must have been absolutely just stellar, because it fucking misses you again. You're not sure how, whatever grace there is, But you're sure that luck isn't going to hold out the next time it goes. So if you're gonna do anything, this is the last Hail Mary attempt.
All right, I try to contact Smiley. I know the timeline's going to be a little weird here, but because technically this is before all that shit with Chandler.
Yeah,
right?
So,
If Smiley's asleep, will he get it? That's going to be the question.
I'm not sure. How again?
Team. Success.
Okay, you are able to get in contact with him.
I say, Smiley, you gotta call Baker and tell him to stop. He's trying to kill me. I don't say anything about the IOP.
Okay, I said. Smiley thinks back. Santorini, what's going on? You can't call. I got rid of my phone.
Oh, motherfucker. Try to do what I'm doing to him.
Wait, why can't you do that?
Just do it!
Okay. Smiley tries to connect then to Baker.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a POW. Okay,
20.
you're able to make contact.
Oh man, Santorini is putting Smiley in such a deadly situation right now, and I don't like it. Okay, so Smiley thinks to Baker. Baker, I don't know if Santorini smoked too much weed or something, but he's telling me to tell you to back off. I don't know what that means.
Okay, and I have to make a sanity roll, right? Because this is my first time experiencing our inborn telepathy thing. Or I'm just hearing this voice without context.
Yes, you're going to make a sanity roll.
Lee, you know everybody who's listening to this right now is rooting for Santorini.
Probably.
So, do you want to project or do you want to take it?
He's going to take it, and he's going to say, Smiley would say that. And he just watches the Alpha chasing Santorini.
Okay, he's going to, so roll me a D4.
He thinks he's just hearing Smiley's voice, by the way, not that it's actually
Yeah, right,
That's good. Yeah.
4. Boom. We're down to 23, folks. Getting
Is that a
pretty
breaking point
precarious.
for you yet?
I think 20 is, but I forgot to check.
Okay,
20 is, yeah.
So, real quick, Baker does think Smiley would say that.
Yeah, for sure he does. Yeah, he actually he says it out loud, thinking that he's literally going insane from all this crazy shit he's dealing with.
Okay. Smiley then thinks, no, this is the psychic connection from before. I am thinking that.
Okay, Baker would say, what the fuck? Stay out of my head, weatherman.
oh, perfect.
Smiley does think back. Probably the last thing he could say. Well, Santorini did this to me first. I still don't know how this goes. But seriously, I don't know what's going on, but I just needed to communicate because you sounded very frantic.
He tried to stab me. It's not going well for him.
Are we all mind melded together right now?
Nope. It is a two-way connection. It is a two-way connection right now because at the moment, the only the group chat isn't up just yet.
Yeah,
you can try again.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately for Santorini in this situation, Smiley has failed rolls to catch on in the past of what was happening with Baker, and he has the most rapport with Baker, so he does buy that Santorini did try to stab him, and says, oh crap, maybe he did smoke too much weed. All right, I'll back off for now, and then kind of hangs up the connection.
Roll me one more dodge, Nolan. I'm trying to make it not happen.
I know. You got to do what you got to do. I just been rolling like crap. Success.
Nice. He lives again. As long as you keep making dodge rolls, I will allow you to keep trying.
I look at Baker.
Baker's in the car, and they
drove off.
Yeah,
No,
man.
he would be watching the IAPA chasing him if he could, unless he's lost line of sight because he like went into the woods or something.
Oh, you're relishing in the kill.
Yeah, he would definitely watch it.
Okay. Yeah.
He in his mind, he got basically this person was sent to recover the amulet and had been lying the whole time and tried to stab him. As far as he's concerned,
yeah.
you know.
Okay.
For somebody
yeah. I mean, you're seeing it happen. It's starting to get lighter out. There's no traffic just yet because this only took a matter of moments once you guys kind of stepped out of the car.
Bob, did you ever figure out the gift that you were giving me?
No. I sure hadn't.
That might have helped me out a little bit, right?
Well, I did the gift. It wasn't going to be psychic for everybody. But yeah, you're able to make eye contact with him. You look right at him, and what do you do?
Well, I mean, he's in the car. Like, he probably... Can he hear me? I don't know. Like,
you can try.
Baker yells, "I'm sorry, I've never seen it take this long before."
Usually this is like one or two.
Santorini's just
weed
running
turned you
around.
into Spider-Man.
Santorini's just running around going, whoa, 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 whoa.
The Benny Hill soundtrack in the background.
Oh, man. He tries to connect with Smiley again. And says...
Okay. Yeah, this time I'm not going to force a roll or anything.
He goes, listen, I don't think I'm going to last much longer out here. Baker still has that amulet. The IAPA is about to kill me. I've heard you talk about your sister before, and it reminded me of something. Listen to Midnight Frequencies, episode 36. I don't think I'm going to get Baker to call this thing off. I'm going to try one last time.
Smiley honestly doesn't even know what to think. So I think Santorini just gets like a flood of like random strange thoughts of like, what? How? But back in Michigan, like, what? And it's just like very confused gibberish.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
I look at Baker and I say, I've been in prison for the past 25 years. I've had nobody. My brother turned his back on me. And you and Smiley are I know we've only known each other for a couple days and I've been lying to you the whole time, but you're the closest thing to family I've had in a real long time. I didn't want to hurt you. I reacted. Call this thing off.
Roll me a persuade. I'll give you a persuade at a +10.
Yeah, no. That's a failure.
Yeah. All right.
Should leave that one up to him, though.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'll buy that.
Well, I don't want to say anything, but yeah.
Do you want to?
And it's Santorini, like, he looks scared. And I know Baker's had trouble in the past reading my facial expressions when I have zombie kids coming at me, but Santorini doesn't want to die.
Roll a human.
Lee?
Choice is
Failure,
yours, buddy.
48.
And Lee, you do whatever you think Baker would do.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not trying to be a jerk or a shitty player at the table or anything, but I think Baker would probably let Santorini get eaten by this thing because of, and specifically because of the attack, and then like finding out that he was working for Cordell. Because now he's thinking like this is like in his mind he's already thinking Santorini's dead and that he might have to go after Cordell because they're so compartmentalized, kind of thing.
I follow you 100%. Okay. Yeah, hear one more shriek, and you witness this thing just pick him up off of the ground as he's running. So all you see is this flash of Hawaiian shirt kind of go up into the sky, and that's it. The kids are, at this point, wigging out. The car is moving. And where are you going?
Continue mission. He's heading to that spot you told me about at the beginning of the episode that he was planning to park the car at.
Okay, you make it there. No problems at this time. Are you going to bring the kids into the office with you to meet Dammers? Okay.
Yep, he's bringing the kids in. He kind of parks the car again in the back in an alley if he can, a place where it's kind of out of line of sight. And he just goes in with the kids, kind of ushering them in. Tries to calm them down on the way as much as he can. It's like, I'm sorry, kids. I know that was scary, but it's been a very strange day. We're going to be at your parents soon. This guy knows I'm taking you to, knows right where they're at.
Okay, and they're compliant. They're compliant. So you get there, and the receptionist is, we've been expecting you, and ushers you, but who are these? Who are these kids?
Long story. You need to talk to Dammers, Baker says, as he's kind of ushered them back.
Yep, so, she takes you back to that same conference room. He's not in there just yet. She's, I'll get him. He'll be here in just a minute. And the kids, are kind of sitting in the chairs and looking bewildered, especially the two that are 150 years in the future. He comes in, looking like he just woke up. I'm sorry, what's going? Okay, who are these kids? Where are the rest of the agents? What is going on here?
I'll talk with you out here, and he kind of leads them out from the conference room from the kids so they can talk out of line of sight from the kids and out of earshot from the kids.
Sure. It's okay. Explain. What's going on? Where are the rest of the agents? What happened?
First things first, we got a hot vehicle that's got a bulletin out for it in the back alley that we need to get rid of. If you don't have somebody for it, I need to go take care of that straight away. Second, these three kids are probably an asset to somebody in your organization. If you need me to get rid of them, I can. I know that's kind of the arm that we're in with what we operate with. If you need me to just make them go away, I can do that. But I think they could be valuable. The people that had taken them kind of alter. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Some weird shit between dimensions, something to do with the storm. Talk to Smiley when he gets back. He's been talking to a lot of people about this. I'm just going to go move that car. I'll be right back.
Don't worry about the car. We'll have it. That's taken care of already.
Good, because they're looking for it.
Where's the doctor?
The doctor's back with Smiley. They stayed behind to kind of take care of things, keep the scene set there back at the ranger station.
Okay. When you said these kids could be an asset, what do you mean by an asset?
I don't know exactly what's going on with them. I do believe they are human. I don't know that for 100% sure, but they have interacted with these entities that had held them captive for apparently a very prolonged period of time. They apparently needed the young boy to be able to reproduce, and we stopped that. We were able to recover him so that they can no longer reproduce. There was a shitload of them out in the woods, but they all seemed to disappear when that storm passed.
Is there any continued unnatural threat?
So far as I can tell, everything's buttoned up, and I basically told them that we were going to come out, and if they kept taking people, we were going to, wipe them out. That's what we do. And they agreed to get the kids back, and they said that they weren't going to come back and mess with us again.
Okay. As far as the children go, we don't have any sort of care for them as of right now. That may change. But if they are an asset, as you say, we are going to want them under guard. You, being the only agent here, especially one who has familiarity, and you can tell where I'm going with this, can't you?
Wants him to take care of the kids.
You're gonna be a dad again. A dad of 3 psychic terrors.
How fitting. What a lovely little family we'll make. And then he says, now that they're in private too, he says, Dammers, listen, I had to kill Santorini. He pulled a knife on me. I'm not sure where you guys sourced him from, but he's a problem. He won't be a problem again.
I didn't know him. That came from your former handler.
Well, just please make sure you personally vet the people you assign to us in the future, Baker says, trying to take control of the situation.
Duly. He looks kind of sheepish, and then he goes, Agent, you're violating my territorial bubble. And,
Baker backs up.
You gotta watch the movie.
I remember that one. Frighteners, it's super good.
Yeah. Okay. We will cut back to Santorini real quick.
So, you never said he bit him, yet he just took him away. So as I'm being lifted into the air, I'm trying to connect with Aswadaga, or the tall people, or like
Jesus Christ,
whatever.
Allah, anybody that's listening, I can use them right now.
The Buddy Christ.
Yeah. Anybody, listen. We're gonna leave that off camera.
Okay.
We're gonna leave that off camera.
Okay.
So, as of the last that is officially reported, you've been taken by the IAPA, and then we'll game the rest of that out. Like, you and I can do a sit down, whatever, and we can record it, we can not, and see where it goes.
my plan was to try to get this thing to release me and to show up at the insurance office and be like,
yeah, that's not physically possible, but we'll game off camera. So as far as anybody else, as far as everybody is concerned, the fake Santorini, which I guess is the real Santorini, but maybe not really, is dead. Dun, dun, dun. But it's an off-camera death.
We're going to have a performance review with the IAPA if he's not dead. And he's not going to like it.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Okay.
Poor Terry. Alas, we knew him kind of well, I guess.
Yes.
Indeed. All right, that's where I guess we'll leave it, unless, Paul, you've got anything additional to...
Yeah, the nice thing is we don't really have to retcon anything from the night before. It now makes very much sense why Smiley could not sleep that night, because he has a lot to think over. So,
oh yeah, actually that worked out pretty well.
Yeah, he obviously was very tired when working with Chandler, because he probably slept maybe 5 minutes. So Smiley does, with that information, decide not to kind of link up with Baker at the insurance office, and he's going to find his own way home to kind of mull over the approach, because he does put 2 and 2 together that Santorini probably got wiped out because he knew and learned that information. So he is going to keep that tight to his chest for now.
Okay. Duly noted. And thus concludes the Sentinels of Twilight.
Yay!
Good
Sorry.
stuff. Wow.
That was
Very
wow.
proud.
That was I figured today's session was going to be you guys making it to the office, and then it was going to be a 5-minute conversation with Dammers. Each one of you was going to get one of the kids to kind of shepherd in the interim, and that didn't fucking happen even remotely. We started off on Twin Peaks and we wound up
In a Tarantino film.
in a Tarantino film with demons, which is even weirder. Bravo to everybody. Excellently played. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So each session, I think we went in completely directions we didn't think we were going to go walking in. So it was so wild.
They always say, don't pit your players against each other.
Which is exactly what I told you not to do. How many times did we have that conversation?
I thought I'd be able to get through to Baker. But I guess not.
Dude.
That's okay. So,
Yep, sorry. Again, as a player out of character,
No,
and as a
no,
player,
no,
I am
no,
sorry.
no,
Also,
it's fine,
because
it's fine.
No. There is
Okay,
no apologies
I
there
killed
because
Bob in the first 10 minutes of the season finale last time. So, it's
understandable.
fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I would not normally ever do any of that kind of stuff, but I am trying to stay as much in character and not make because the sudden
I am gonna have to rewrite
thing and everything.
the whole beginning of my homebrew scenario now, though. But thanks, Lee.
That's for the second time.
Don't you put that evil on him, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil. No. This was
but me leaving that Santorini leaving that little bit of information to Smiley before he got taken off, that'll be enough to get the ball rolling.
Oh yeah.
So I think our next episode we'll just do a little 45-minute hang and talk about the whole entire season, and then we'll start the next one. Anybody got anything else?
No, thank you.
Just
great session.
I don't think so.
And Bob, you did freaking A+++.
I
agree.
So good.
Well, thank you all. You guys are the stars of the show, and I couldn't have done as well as a handler if you guys weren't so great as players. So the thanks goes the other way too, because you all you sold it, man. You sold it. And that's incredible. For all of you.
Super fun.
I agree, Bob. I play with some pretty amazing other characters that lift me up and make me now look like this is my first time playing. So.
Yeah, I really enjoy Paul. That's about it.
The only thing saltier than your bitch ass is the Red Sea.
No, I get my own self into trouble.
No, that was so epic. I know it kind of was unexpected, but that turned just so cool.
I like it when it goes off the rails and it's not what I freaking planned.
Yeah.
So everybody subscribe, watch us on YouTube, Spotify, listen to us on Apple Podcasts, join the Patreon, and we'll see you next time for the little season 2 recap. So, from all of us here at Law and Disorders, have a good one. Keep your sanity in check. See ya.
Later.